my co-host, Fisheries Jefferson. Fisheries! Fisheries being the one that supplies the fish in the form of fingers or any kind of frozen delight that you might fit inside your freezer. Here, me and my colleague Fisheries have arrived at Corkbat Harbour, and we've been trying to take in some video footage of the local fauna and flora. And Fisheries has a little insert to add to this. Fisheries! Well said, Fisheries. I must say that has been the most insightful thing I've heard all day. Once we've had a little bit of a stop in for some fish and chips, as we do on these kind of journeys, we'll be turning around to see the winelands. The winelands people, the little bit of a wineland route, where we get such things as free alcohol, and Fisheries will tell you what else.
Well, if one considers the situation of the homeless people surrounding the world and in Cape Town in particular, one must consider how the individuals themselves who have jobs, who have work, enable the homeless by giving them money on a constant basis. Therefore, they do not need to work because they are already supplied with some form of income. As to the question of the wineries surrounding the Cape Town vicinity and area, one must begin with tasting wine according to one's own palate, and therefore spread out from that. You know, if one is into a red wine with a nice a woody taste and so on, then that would obviously be the beginning point for your search.
Woo! Fisheries! Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, more gibberish from Fisheries over there. But let's not focus on the bland and the ridiculous. Let's move on to a more interesting set of rules and regulations, as in the South African government. 20 years down the line, after the advent of democracy in South Africa, scratching balls seems to be the general call of the day. But Fisheries, as he was explaining in great detail to me earlier, that despite this fact, there is in fact the great danger of Fisheries! And there you have it. Well, I've been training Fisheries for all these years to cover his own arse in the terms of personal empowerment, and while he has been resisting me all through the years, literally throwing sand and cucumber sandwiches in my face as I hand him endless material to get on with his life, he's been shoving it back to me in the form of regurgitation and literally human vomit. You might indeed encapsulate an experience of Fisheries himself getting involved in a personal experience, finally, of his own, personal mate, taking it upon himself to relinquish his fears and go on and experience life for his own. He might be able to elaborate himself on that very fact. I'd like you to bask in the totality of what we have surrounding us. The local people developing a culture of their own, similar to that of England, London. But what they don't know is that they're still a colony, and they don't know it yet, but they're going to be sorely disappointed when the colonisation comes to an end. And they get physically uprooted by the governmental structure. And they realise the potential of autonomic government deep within the realms of their own governance. Pressure.